Mr. Jenkins is the president and co-founder of the Purpose Development Institute in Atlanta, Georgia. His 20-plus years of studying the subject of purpose has allowed him to become a pioneer in the certified purpose development coaching industry. Purpose development for student athletes is a combination of his experience as a high school basketball standout and passion for purpose. His customized programs deliver new models of understanding to the student athlete to help them discover invisible gold within their sense of purpose. Purpose development for student athletes is quickly becoming the winning formula for championship performance in athletics, academics, and career pursuits. Now, let's enjoy the Character King, the ruler of a different court.
There's going to be some time where you're not going to have your mama around. You're not going to have your daddy around. And listen, if you don't learn how to talk to yourself, I promise you there are going to be other things that's going to be talking to you. All right? So you got to understand how to rule. That is your court. Now, y'all hear what I'm talking about. You're not going to let anybody come on your court and try to embarrass you. Am I correct? You're not going to let anybody come on your court to try to embarrass. So why are you letting things get in your mind to embarrass who you are, to embarrass the king on the inside of you?
He's been described as a man of many talents. He's been was a high school basketball standout, a successful businessman, a pastor, and he's also authored 2 books. And now what he does primarily is travel the country extensively to deliver the message of purpose to a variety of different audiences. So why don't we welcome Don here.
All right, all right, all right. How's everybody doing tonight? You're good? Well, I'll tell you what, before I get started, I want you to give yourself a great big hand clap of praise there. Is that all you can do? Come on, we're talking about you, man. You can do better than that, all right? My name is Donald Jenkins, president and co-founder of the Purpose Development Institute. And definitely appreciate you guys' attentiveness to get some very good information that hopefully is going to help you out. How many kings do we have in the house tonight? Let's see a show of hands. You guys don't look like an enthusiastic bunch. How many kings do we have in the house tonight? All right, here's what we're going to do. On 3, we're going to make a little noise, all right? We're going to say reach higher, all right? On 3, 1, 2, 3. Reach higher. Come on, you guys can do a little better than that. I heard y'all scream out there on the court a little bit louder than that. On 3 again. We're going to say reach higher on 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to talk about tonight. And I want you to take good mental notes, okay? We're going to make this short, quick, but hopefully give you something that's going to help you on the basketball court and also help you in winning the game called life. Because there's something that is called the game called life, and many times we don't prepare ourselves to win the game called life. But what we do at our company, we basically teach young men and women just like yourself, watch this, how to open up the gift of athletics, okay? Athletics is a gift, guys, all right? Many of you guys are gifted with talent that you've been given by God, but I want you to see something beyond just the talent that you have, okay? It is a gift that you can learn a lot of things as far as winning the game called life. So what you have to understand how to do is how to translate what you have learned here on the court. How many of you guys learn something on the court every week? You learn something on the court every week, right? You, whatever skill that you might be working on, but we want to teach you something tonight that's going to allow you to translate what you learn on the court and also how to win when you're off the court. Because how many times, are we faced with situations that sometimes make us feel like a loser off the court? Am I talking to anybody tonight? Come on, see a show of hand. Don't be shallow on me tonight, all right? Sometimes you feel like a loser off the court. But we want to be able to tap into something. So tonight, what we're going to talk about, all right, we're going to talk about what we call here at the Purpose Development Institute, we call it Character King. All right, in other words, we've been talking about character development in these sessions, am I correct? On many occasions, how to have the right character. And sometimes, even on the basketball court, you might not even have the right character depending upon what's happening in that particular situation. Somebody might talk a little trash. How many trash talkers do we have tonight? Got any trash talkers in here? Let me say it like this. How many trash talkers that can back up their game with a little trash talk? We got them in here. I see a lot of hands going up, all right? So sometimes, watch this, guys, sometimes, you know, trash talking just doesn't happen on the basketball court, all right? Sometimes trash talking happen in a game called life, all right? And depending upon how you handle that will determine how successful that you guys are. Because if you can't handle it here on the basketball court, then guess what? You will never be able to handle it in the game called life. If you get upset and lose your attitude and have a bad character right here on the basketball court, then guess what? That same thing's going to happen to you in the game called life. So there's a lot of things that we can learn right here on the basketball court. And that's why I say that athletics is truly a gift that teaches us many different things. And I want tonight, hopefully, in the short period of time that I'm here, I'm able to point your attention to some of the things that you can learn and that you'll learn how to use it skillfully, all right? Skillfully in every aspect of your life. So we're going to talk about Character King. What is a Character King? We have taken the word king and used it as an acronym to communicate a very powerful message that's going to give you a greater sense of purpose. Let's look at the letter K. It stands for kingly. The I stands for instinct, and the N stands for navigate, and the G stands for greatness. And that's what we want to do here at the Purpose Development Institute. We want to give you the tools that's going to allow you to tap into that king inside of you so that you can navigate your way to greatness. That's what I want you to be. I want you to be a character king. You know, all your coaches and all your parents that are here tonight, we truly want you to be a character king. So what does that mean to you? That is someone who has a character. Listen to this, guys. Someone who has a character that can reflect kingly natures. Watch this. Kingly instincts that can navigate your way to greatness. Did y'all get that? Now, I explained all that. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about that a little bit, all right? You can have a character, or we want you to have a character that has a kingly instinct that will navigate your way to greatness. Now, how many people in this room tonight want to be great? Let's see a show of hands. Come on, man. You guys are not looking too enthusiastic tonight. How many of you guys want to be great in everything that you do? How many of you want to be great on the basketball court? Come on, I saw you out there tonight, you know, running up and down the court. Some of you, you know, got your little game going on. You want to get better at that, right? Now, let me ask you another question. How many of you guys want to be great off the court? All right, because there's another area that we need to focus on. We need to focus on how can we be great even in our academic pursuit? How can we be great even in our careers, you know, things that we've been called to do in life? I am going to show you real quickly, I'm going to show you some little nuggets here that's going to show you how to tap into that king on the inside of you. Look at your neighbor and say, there's a king in me right now. Come on, say it loud now. There's a king in me right now. All right? There's a king in you right now. All right? So we want to understand how to tap into that king, because some of you all, you dominate on the court, but then there's times off the court where you might not be as dominant off the court than you are on the court. All right? So we want to teach you how to take that same attitude, that same mentality to every aspect of your life so that you can be dominant in every aspect of your life. Whether it's academics, whether it's career pursuit, whatever it is, if somebody talking trash to you outside the court, you can dominate those thoughts that's trying to come against you. How many of y'all want to dominate tonight? You know, I know a lot of you guys, you know, you might deal with the whole concept of bullying and things of that nature. You know, well, basically a bullying is somebody who's trying to dominate somebody else. But I'm going to teach you how to develop a mindset, a mentality, okay? A mentality that's going to allow you to dominate everything, every aspect of your life. Because I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I've been where you are. I played basketball in high school. And one of my biggest skills, one of my biggest talents that I had, you know, when I played basketball was not that I had three-point range out of the world. You know, it was not that, you know, I was quick and I can do all these different things. One of the biggest things that I pride myself in when I was your age playing this sport right here was that I was determined to never let anybody get in my head. Did y'all hear that? I was determined to never let anybody get in my head. Because if you let somebody get in your head, then you allow them to affect your game. Are y'all hear what I'm talking about? All right? So we're going to show you some things tonight that will teach you that not even on, not just the basketball court, you know, of how to develop yourself in that aspect of your life to keep these things out of your head so that you can be dominant in every aspect of your life. We're going to teach you how to take that into everything that you're doing. Because I know some of you all right now, I'm looking at you right now, you allow too many things to get inside of your head. All right? And when these things get inside of your head, then guess what? It will affect your game on the court, and it will affect your game off the court. Because you heard me say this earlier, is that you have to understand how to win at the game called life. And if you don't have the ability and you hadn't developed yourself in that particular area, then guess what? There are going to be some things that's going to get in your head, and guess what? You're not going to win at the game called life. Is that powerful or what? You have that kind of authority on the inside of you. So you need to understand, every day you wake up, you look in the mirror, you see that king. Every day you wake up, you look in the mirror, you know that those instincts that are on the inside of you, so you are going to instinctively act like a king on the basketball court, act like a king off the basketball court. And everything that you do, you understand what it is to do to tap into the king nature on the inside of you. That's what God put inside of you.
When he talked about how, he told us how we are kings, how we have kingly instincts that navigate us to greatness. And now I was going through a period of time in my life a couple of weeks ago where I needed to hear that. But at times, you know, us adults need to hear that too. And we need to be reminded of who we are. And I even use that now when I'm coaching. Because I used to say, you know, 1, 2, 3, hard work. But now I remind my kids who they are, that they are kings, that they have kingly instincts that navigate them to greatness. So now I remind them of that, and then it's 1, 2, 3, kings. And we go out there and we take care of business as kings. And I use that for, you know, I changed. I use that from now on because I have to remind them of who they are. Just like I needed to be reminded 2 weeks ago who I was. And I'm in a much better place emotionally. There's a lot of things that I've had to take care of in my life over the past few weeks, but I needed that reminder of who I am. I'm a king. I have kingly instincts that navigate me to greatness as well.
So you have to allow this navigation system of this king on the inside of you to navigate your way toward greatness. In other words, you have something great before you. All right? There's something great on the inside of you, and you're trying to reach for something great. And it's that king nature on the inside of you that's going to navigate you to the greatness that you desire to receive in your life. That's what God has placed on the inside of you. That's what God has called you to do, guys. So let's look at the last one, the last letter of the word king. It's called greatness. We all want to be great, right? Everybody want to be great. We want to be great in everything that we do. All right? So now you understand that you have a king on the inside of you. You have instincts on the inside of you. You have a navigation system that's going to point you in the direction of greatness. All right? You've been pointed in the direction of greatness right now. So whatever it is that you want to achieve in life, whatever it is that you want to do in life, you have the ability to navigate your way, watch this, through things that are said against you and do things that people might not say that's going to help you become the man that you are, because that man on the inside of you is already understanding that he has a king nature on the inside of him. What is the thing that gives you the home court advantage? Whether you're playing your sport or whether you're not playing your sport. What is the thing that's going to give you the home court advantage? See, you can have the home court advantage whether it even look like it in the natural or not. You can still have the home court advantage. All right? So what are those key areas? Number one, your thoughts, the way that you think, guys. God called you to rule your thought life. All right? We talked about that. He called you to rule the way that you think. I always said it like this. Guess what? One of my strongest assets was that I would never let you get in my head. Care who you are, where you come from, I will never let you get in my head. You got to develop that same mindset. I will never let you get in my head. I don't care whether my game might be off today, I will never let you get in my head. Are y'all hearing what I'm talking about? See, if you can keep somebody from getting in your head, then guess what? You can always get your game back. Well, guess what? The game of life, you're going to lose your game sometime. All right? You're going to lose your game sometime. But you can't let things get inside of your head because you want your game to come back to you. You're not going to let anybody come on your court to try to embarrass. So why are you letting things get in your mind to embarrass who you are, to embarrass the king on the inside of you? Are y'all hear what I'm talking about? So I got to rule the way that I think. You rule the way that I think. Look at yourself, point to yourself, and say, I rule the way that I think. I can see y'all not used to talking to yourself, all right? Well, then guess what? You're going to have to learn how to talk to yourself, because there are going to be some times you're not going to have the coach around. There's going to be some time where you're not going to have your mama around. You're not going to have your daddy around. And listen, if you don't learn how to talk to yourself, I promise you there are going to be other things that's going to be talking to you. All right? So you got to understand how to rule. That is your court. Y'all hear what I'm talking about? And listen, y'all know what I'm talking about. You're not going to let anybody come on your court and try to embarrass you. Am I correct? You're not going to let anybody come on your court to try to embarrass. So why are you letting things get in your mind to embarrass who you are, to embarrass the king on the inside of you? Listen to this thought right here, guys. I'm closing it out real quick. Here's a very powerful thought. When we look at the word king, because at my company we do a whole lot of things when it comes to purpose. We treat it like a science. So when we look at the word king in Hebrew, all right, it's pronounced melech, which means king. But if you spell the word king backwards in Hebrew, it spells embarrassment. In other words, if I don't understand how to act like a king, then I become an embarrassment to what God created me to be. Are y'all hear what I'm talking about?